All right. So, Heather and Hannah? Hannah and Katie. Sorry, Hannah and Katie. All right. Perfect. All right, everyone. We're going to get started here today. I want to thank everyone for coming. We have a couple of we have a presentation today, and then we have some things to go over a little bit later. Busy events coming up for a lot of different committees, so we're just going to get started, get right into it. First off, I'm going to introduce members of the Student Health Promotion Committee. They're here for a funding request, and they'll describe more of the amount they're requesting, as well as their membership demographics and their budget. That being said, I'm going to introduce Katie and Hannah from the Student Health Promotion Committee. So I'll turn the floor over to them and let them present.
Thank you for that lovely introduction. So yes, I'm Katie and this is Hannah. We are the co-chairs of the Student Health Promotion Committee. I'm in the School of Public Health. Hannah's in the graduate school. So yeah, we're going to talk to you guys a little bit about our committee. We're a brand new committee as of this year. We started in September, so that's very exciting. We have members from almost all of the colleges. We may be missing one or two, but we're pretty well represented throughout the whole campus. Also, all of our programs are focused on the whole campus, not just specific schools. So we're really trying to target the campus as a whole through our initiatives. So just to give you guys an idea of what we're trying to do, our mission is engaging a community of learners to create and foster a culture of lifelong well-being. And our vision is an innovative campus community recognized for promoting wellness in our personal and professional lives. So a lot of people have had questions kind of about where we sit kind of on campus. So we are affiliated with the Healthy Campus Steering Committee. We're not necessarily directly under them, but we kind of work along with them. They share the same mission and vision that we do. So we are kind of the student branch of that and trying to represent the student body as a whole. Oh yeah, so our new faculty advisor is Kaylin Stroik. It was Jill Collins. Some of you may know her. She has taken a new position, but Kaylin has filled her role, so that's great in terms of sustainability. Also, in terms of our membership, we have about 40 general committee members.
So now on to what some of the initiatives that our committee is implementing for this spring, so for the remainder of the academic term. These are our CHIPs, and so CHIPs are Campus Health Improvement Plans. So we currently have 3 of these right now, and these were determined by looking at the data that we received from the National College Health Assessment Survey, which was sent to all of the students on campus, as well as the Wellness Needs and Interest Survey. Again, this was a campus-wide survey. So looking at this data, we created or brainstormed as a committee, we brainstormed 2 to 3 CHIPs that we're going to be implementing each year to contribute to the healthier campus culture that is a part of our mission and vision. And so all of these CHIPs are planned and implemented, like I said, from our committee. So these are students that brainstormed these CHIPs. We did have the feedback and guidance from Jill throughout these, but it was primarily the students that created these CHIPs.
And just to loop back to the survey data, these are initiatives that students directly ask for. So we know that they will be effective because students have said that they want this on campus.
Yeah. So for example, the first one that I'm going to talk about is the mental health CHIP. So as you can see, this is our SMART goal. So by the end of spring of 2018 semester, 2 interactive lunch and learn sessions will be offered to all on-campus CU Anschutz students to provide skill development around reducing stress. So we actually just had our first one last Thursday. It was one of the psychiatrists, Dr. Noah Hyman from the campus student health mental health services. She gave a presentation on perfectionism. We had about 36 total people there, not including our members. So it was a good turnout for our first initiative, and it was great. We actually collected the feedback from that initiative, and we're working on analyzing that data right now. But from what the comments were after the presentation, a lot of the students really got a lot out of it and really learned about themselves. So it was a great first initiative, and we'll be having another one of these in May, on May 3rd. More communications will be sent out, and they should be sent out to all the schools on campus. But again, this was because stress, anxiety, and depression are three of the top five related health factors that students report were affecting their academic performance. So that's why we wanted to do something that was really quick and simple, and we provided some wraps for these students. So free food is always good for students. So that was our first tip, and that was for our mental health wellness realm. Our second one is the nutrition. So this one's a little more long-term. So by May of 31st of 2019, so next year, CU Anschutz campus vending providers will offer at least 25% healthy vending options in all education buildings and in the library on the CU Anschutz medical campus. So far, just for this first step, it's just the education buildings. Yeah, thanks, good question. And again, this was because the nutrition data of those surveys showed that 32% of students self-report being overweight or obese, and only 9% of the students report eating the recommended 5+ fruits and veggies servings per day. So this is targeting that we again took that data and said, hey, how can we help make this easier for students on campus? And then our last one is our physical activity chip. So this is by May 31st of this year, 2018. The physical activity interest group will have executed 2 to 3 group exercise classes during the lunchtime, so from noon to 1, on campus here, with an attendance of at least 25 people or more at each session. So we are really excited. We are partnering with the Wellness Center. They have donated 3 classes to our committee, 3 different group exercise classes. So their instructors from there that are fully certified and insured are going to come to campus and lead these group fitness classes for 3 consecutive lunch periods on a Tuesday, starting April 24th. So we're really excited about that. Again, communications will be coming, but they're gonna be a variety of classes. There's some cardio classes, there's gonna be like a yoga style class, hoping to do all of these outside, but we do have that contingency plan of inside just in case the weather, like today, this morning, it was snowing and now it's beautiful. So yeah, so we're really excited about these initiatives. And again, we're a brand new group, so this is our first initial crack at, helping students have a more healthy lifestyle and providing them easier things on campus for the entire campus and all of the students in all of the schools, kind of bringing them wellness options for this year.
And we're using this as kind of a pilot test of sorts, because the idea is to implement these fully next fall. So we're kind of testing it out, and that's why we're doing a lot of research gathering and asking people how they felt about these groups and what they would like to see in the future, because we're hoping to continue this, but hopefully more on a long-term basis.
Yeah, so all of these will be collecting data for. So after the group fitness classes, we'll be handing out a feedback survey to get information on when students would like these classes, what types of classes, what else we can provide, that sort of thing.
Okay, so now getting into our financial status. So we were awarded $1,000 from the President's Diversity Fund, which was great. We had a lot of expenses because this is our first year, so we're really trying to get our word out. So a lot of that was spent on promotional items, such as like getting a banner and getting like postcards printed and a poster printed, and so we've used up quite a bit, if not all of that, by now. We are also planning on doing a committee bake sale in the fall. We couldn't quite get that together for this part, but we're gonna do that in the fall, so we're hoping that will gather some more funds for us. Also, we've really reached out to a lot of people for donations. So like Hannah mentioned, the Wellness Center donated those 3 classes, which was great because we offered to pay them and they said no. We'll donate them, so that's fantastic. California Wrap Runner donated 30 wraps?
Yeah,
40 wraps to our first mental health initiative, which was great. They have said that that was the only time they will be donating, but we're working with them now. They have a $5 student deal that they want us to promote. They've said that they can sell us the wraps for $3.75, and then we can sell them for $5 as a source of fundraising for our committee as well. And then the Office of Student Health Promotion matched our $178 budget for other promotional items. So we were able to kind of double down and get even more. But we are still kind of struggling to get the word out. I'm assuming a lot of you in this room haven't heard of us yet. So we want to change that by next year. So that's kind of where we're coming to you now, because we are in need of some more of those types of items. So here is our budget, and Hannah's gonna go around. I'm sorry, we only printed 5. We were not planning on so many people. So if you don't mind just passing that around, but it gives a little bit more description, but I'll kind of walk through what all of these are. So the first ask is for hygiene baskets for our group fitness classes. So this will include things such as like spray on deodorant, some like face wipes, things like that, just to kind of so students can leave feeling refreshed before they go back to class. The fitness class will be from 12 to 12:45, so we do give them that 15 minutes to kind of like get situated before their classes start again at 1. So yeah, that $50 is just to cover those types of items for after that event. We are in need of a tablecloth, and this is just a portion of that budget. We are using the rest of the $1,000 that we got for part of it, but that the $69 is what's left over that we can no longer afford. So then food for the events. So like I said, we're working with California Wrap Runner. We will be selling the wraps, but we have to first purchase them from California Wrap Runner, and we don't have the funds to do that right now. Also, we would like, if possible, to provide food for our mental health initiatives, because that really encouraged students to come. But we also did have a lot of students that came just because they wanted to too, which was a great turnout. Then $100 for promotional items. So like I said, we spent a little bit. We have pens and lip balm. We're really hoping to get some more mental health targeted promotional items, such as like a stress ball with our name on it, or even a journal, so people could just kind of journal either throughout the mental health session or bring it home and just a journal for them to encourage that. So that's where that $100 would go. Another $100 is for the nutrition initiative. So the process we are in right now is we are working with, what is the name of our vendor? Canteen. So Canteen is our vendor here on campus. So we're working with them right now to try to get more healthy items in the vending machines, and we're facing a little bit of pushback because they want to sell the non-healthy items. So we are trying to pull together a focus group, and we will have the students sample the healthier options, because we think if we can go to Canteen and say the students prefer these healthier items to the other unhealthy items, they would be more willing to put the healthy items into our vending machines. And then the last is just for thank you cards. Like I said, we have a lot of donors. We have speakers coming to our event speaking for free. So we just wanted to set aside a little bit of money to provide thank you cards to really show our appreciation for all of those people coming. So all of that equals the $500. So I know that was a lot. Went over it very fast. Yeah. Yeah, so that was kind of a struggle for our nutrition committee, because they had to kind of separately make a definition of what is healthy, because Canteen standards of healthy were not great. So they actually came up with a new standard. And I'm forgetting now, there's like pop chips, I think, was an option.
Dried fruit.
Healthier
trail mix options. I think some more healthier granola options than what's already in there.
Yeah, like granola bites or something, but not like chewy, you know what I mean? Like healthier. And then what we're trying to do, it's kind of the next step, but we would like to cost offset. So try to make the unhealthier items more expensive and reduce the price of the healthier options so that students are more willing to buy that. So it's kind of the next step, but yeah.
How do you spell it?
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So our
yeah.
nutrition co-chairs, they are currently working on that right now. So I think the first, like we started out, we had no idea who even the vendor was. So that's what the nutrition subcommittee has been working on, just identifying the vendor and then reaching out to them. And also they did an environmental scan of how many vending machines are in these buildings and where. But now the next step, that was actually brought up at our last leadership meeting, the next step for them would be to contact Canteen directly and see if we even have any say in the pricing.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, and that's why we have the focus groups too, because we're hoping that that will be an additional push for them to say, okay, this is what students want, so that's what we're going to put in the machines.
So good.
We're working on that. We asked for that. We haven't heard back yet, so that's why we have that in our budget. But yeah, we are working on having them donate it, but from what I've heard, it hasn't been going great for them donating those items, so that's why we left a little bit of room in this budget to ask for that.
And we also want to do these focus groups in this academic term, so we're kind of on like a really tight timeline, so that's why we put it in the budget, so it would allow us to post if we need to purchase.
Sustainability for some of these things, some of them look like more long-term.
Right, is here. Yeah, so we will be asking, I forget, oh my gosh, the president's, yes, I didn't want to get that wrong. The president's diversity fund, we'll be asking them to fund us again next year for $1,000. But we also are building really great relationships with California Wrap Runner and the Wellness Center. So we'll be working with them, and the Wellness Center's main priority is to increase membership. And so if we're able to show that students were more interested in becoming members, they may be willing to donate these classes long term. So yeah, that's kind of what it looks like right now.
And some more fundraising initiatives as well, and also reaching out to third-party sponsors. So for things like, example, the group fitness classes, maybe we can put together a little grab bag for participants after and ask sponsors to donate items. We just didn't have enough time to do that in this academic term, but that's definitely something we would like to do, is establish more relationships with third parties to donate items like that.
And I think as we grow on campus too, we're hoping that we'll be more open to collaboration, and so we could potentially work together on some of these.
I wanted to briefly mention that I am the Senate liaison between the steering committee.
Yeah, so we're working with California Wrap Runner right now. We have a meeting with them on Wednesday. So my kind of ask was that we purchase them after the fact and that they provide them first, because our events will be in really high traffic areas. And so we're expecting people who are not involved in the physical activity group to want to buy a wrap. So I'm hoping that they will be willing to donate that. But if not, we're going to look at how many people have signed up for the event, and then really try to only buy what's absolutely necessary for the people involved. And if we're the ones buying it, we probably won't be selling to a whole bunch of other people, just to the people who are in the physical activity group. Yeah, I mean, that's why it's spray on, not so no one will be touching their armpits or anything, but we just wanted to, because we're a little bit afraid that over the lunch hour, students might think, I'm gonna get sweaty and gross, I don't wanna go to my classes later and, be gross. And so we just wanna provide some face wipes or the spray on deodorant or body spray. They have some of these kind of set up in the wellness center. So that's kind of what we're modeling that after, just so students feel comfortable going back to class afterwards and not feeling gross.
We're also providing like
Yeah, and like we're working on that, but they've also provided speakers for us for the event and the trainers and everything, and so that's why we came to you guys to ask for that, because we have really tried to ask as much as we can from all of our donors. So yeah.
it will be very hygienic though. Don't worry.
Yes, yeah, no, we are taking that into consideration. So.
So we actually have 11 leadership positions. So that includes co-chairs, treasurer, secretary, and then each of our CHIPs have a co-chair that kind of leads the implementation of those. And so the turnover process is we're actually just put out our leadership applications internally to fill whatever positions we can. And then if we can't fill all of them, we will be posting those externally to the entire campus. And the transition process, so our last general committee meeting is on May 7th, so in a couple weeks here, and we will be getting together the new leadership team, and throughout the month of May, we'll be having a transition process with old and new members. But I think a lot of the leadership members that are here now will be returning to the leadership team, so it might not be too extensive of a transition, but yeah.
For example, I'll be here next year,
yeah.
So I'll be working in the transition period, and with whoever stays, we haven't gotten applications yet, but yeah, with whoever stays, we're gonna try to kind of form a team for over the summertime. We would really like to promote our committee during all of the orientations. So we're really trying to make that happen. So we'll be doing a little bit over the summer just to make sure that we are ready to go at the start of the school year, because as you guys can tell, we have a lot to accomplish, and so we just want to make sure that we have enough time to do that.
Our faculty advisor will be remaining with us throughout the summer and into next year. So.
Yeah, so things will kind of have to be cut probably. So like food, like our mental health initiative would probably not have food. So we may not get the turnout that we were hoping for. But again, we're still confident that students will want to go to those events, but we would like to be able to provide food. You know, things like the hygiene basket, we can go without that, but we are just trying to cover all of our bases and make sure that students leave really happy and satisfied with their fitness class and want to come back is the important thing. So there, you know, there is room that we could try to cut back, but honestly, we prefer to not. We tried to cut down as much as possible.
I guess very much. Food provided to people that come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could definitely do that too. It's just gonna kind of depend on how things shake out, I guess. But yeah, we can definitely back out on that. We're just like really trying to get our name out to campus, and like I said, no one really knows us right now, so that's why we are like putting emphasis on promotional items, because we really want people to want to be a part of our committee, but then also come to our events, because we won't know if we're successful if not, and we're really trying.
The other option is short term, we would probably have to cut some of these, but like for example, the focus group, we would probably push that into the next academic term, so in the fall, and then in the meantime, over the summer and for the remainder of this academic year, plan out more fundraisers in order to make up for the budget if we don't get it.
Yeah, we have a whole communications like team and stuff, and we're working with a bunch of people on communications. So yeah, we're trying to. It's just we're just starting out, and like we didn't even realize coming in how much money it costs just to even get a student organization started. And I think a lot of clubs are coming in already having all of this set up, and like I mean, like the tablecloth was like hundreds of dollars, you know. And so it's stuff that we were not really expecting. but stuff that we really need to be able to effectively promote. So yes, ideally we would want to spend this on the chips because that's what we need, but we also won't be effective unless students know who we are. Right.
Oh,
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's why like our other promotional items, we wanted to have some sort of mental health impact. We didn't just want it to be like more pens or something along, you know what I mean? Like we really wanted people to be able to use it and for it to kind of like assist with the lesson. So yeah.
Our speakers for coming and do you want your drive?
Oh, yes.
It's perfect here. It's just, all right.
Thank you.
There's that. Thanks for coming, guys. Appreciate it. All right. Yeah, you should grab. Yeah. We're gonna discuss. But thank you for coming, and we appreciate the presentation. All right. All right, so, all right, so they have asked Senate for the full amount that a club can ask for, which is $500. I'm going to open up the floor for discussion, and I'm going to want to hear your opinions on what you think. If you think they should get the full 500, if you think they should get a different amount, if they should be funded at all, anything like that. I want to hear your opinion. So I'm just going to open up the floor there for anybody that has any opinions on the amount of funding this organization should receive. Yep.
So, being in a civil
Than what we can get. Positive things, you know. But they definitely do need it. And I know they try their best to put it within the parameters of what they need and bringing it back to how to effectively impact the student body. That fear of, well, we're trying to impact the student body in a meaningful way. Kind of nice hearing them kind of work. Okay, yeah, yeah, back and forth. They're extremely well represented on. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people in that group with a lot of different ideas. I don't have a problem with that, but they're asking for it. So I don't have a problem.
All right. Yes.
Now we'll be working on that piece. Yeah.
It's not realistic to think they are going to
Mhm.
I would love to see how partnerships. They have a lot more.
So we had a comment over here. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to just now a lot of these vending machines technically have, so they kind of recreated what a healthy
Mhm.
So I definitely think
Awesome. Any additional feedback? I love this committee. I think they're doing amazing things. And I also really like how we do have members in Senate on their committee as well. So I appreciate Zach and Tosin being that liaison role between us and them. We definitely encourage them to come talk to the individual committees within the Senate to promote their endeavors. So something like the vending machines, that falls under the realm of like student life, where it's something that this is something students want. This is like something to help them on campus wide. So having support within Senate and within the Health Promotions Committee would be a great relationship, I think, going forward, because they do have so many people that are so focused on these 3 specific tasks. I think it's a very focused endeavor. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like how up until now have they
I know in their committee, they're interdisciplinary. And like the communication habits, all of that. After that, they collaborated. So they use those different avenues to kind of get the word across.
Understanding the data and really doing planning before they started to even do these chips. And I think they've been going at coverage.
Yeah.
But a lot of it has been around understanding the data, doing focus, they're doing focus for the data for the ballot.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're so.
That would, my understanding, I'll check with you guys, is they would have to like have any student fee allocation or request has to go through like a vote, like a large campus-wide vote, and so it's a lot of work to get a student fee proposed and then to do something like that. That could be something they look into, but I don't know if that's something that Senate would be involved. I mean, that could definitely be. Mhm.
I mean, I think that is that one of the folks for it.
Yeah.
So those very familiar with.
They did do their research, and a lot of it from the population that they least got, stress and mental health, and how they're in like the planning stage and getting your events up.
Asking for funds to Senate because loans. And so, just, you know, because it's on campus, like,
Yeah.
Last question.
Yeah.
So say that we do approve.
Ooh.
they actually brought that up at the last meeting. I'm like not a part of the committee, but I am, so I'm just sitting there. So that was actually something they said, because for their diversity fund, they have how exactly the money is spent and how they actually were able to have a meaningful impact. They're very willing to do that.
All
If
future.
they're doing well, like why can't we go
Mhm.
or have like certain committees that like.
Mhm.
So do collaborations and things
Yeah.
of that nature, honestly, that would be
That could be something. So right now, I think in our bylaws, it says like if a committee comes and asks for funds, there's a one-time interdisciplinary recognition award of $500. But that's something we can work into our bylaws as well for next year and the following year. So Ledge, looking at you guys. But that could be something we talk about as well, and maybe like bring up at the next meeting. Like if an organization is really utilizing, if we give an organization money, and we find out, we do like a follow-up. So with the money comes conditions about a follow-up. You know, how did you spend the money? What impact did you make with the money? That type of information gathering. And then we could decide year in, year out if they're deserving of an additional Senate support in that respect. If that sounds like something we could talk about for like a budgetary.
Awesome.
Mhm. Yeah.
for the vending and the physical exercise.
Yeah.
I went out in the meetings. What's the fun about
Yeah. So it's definitely, there's a lot of overlapping ideas. I think it'd be great to work with them too. So just to get back to the things, the agenda at hand, they are requesting $500 in a one-time interdisciplinary committee fee or like committee award. So I'm going to open it up to the floor if I hear a motion on the table to. Okay. Is there any more discussion, or are we all done with discussion? All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Abstentions? All right, the motion passes. So we will award them the $500, and we can talk more about the introducing a bylaw to allow for some sort of follow-up funding, because that needs to be looked into, I think, a little bit more. All right, well, thanks everyone for that, for the discussion and the feedback, and we will break out into committee sessions. So we'll do it for 10 minutes, and then I'm excited to hear what all the committees have, because I know there's a lot of events coming up. So great job, everybody. 10 minutes. Let me see here. I'm not leaving. I'm just.
I know, you're gonna be.
I'm floating next year. When I was elevator famous. Yeah, did you? All right, guys. So we are coming back here, and Jessica, thank you for putting that up there. That's awesome. All right. Ooh. tinyurl.com/Anschutz golf. Actually, why don't we have Student Life tell us about some, because it sounds like they have a lot of events coming up, actually. So I'm excited. We'll turn it over to you guys first.
The one question survey just gauging the interest in free golf lessons for networking. On the answers, there might be free golf lessons for networking.
April
16? 17.
17.
All right. We'll move on to, let's see who's, communications. You're in my line of sight. All right. Our diversity. There you are.
Holy this weekend.
Yeah.
Saturday from 11 to 2. It's gonna be fantastic. So what I need from you all, we have a large presence with the business school. Focus on pharmacy, so we really need to get the word out to our other schools about this. Other student senate plans, we need to make sure we get all the schools as we can call. We have water balloons, but that's on the weather Saturday, because it is an outdoor event. So we like some clothes that you don't mind to throw away, like t-shirts and stuff like that, and a towel. But that's gonna be a lot of fun.
What's the weather looking like on Saturday so far?
A little bit windy.
Okay, more colors flying. Awesome. All right, great job, guys. All right, we will move on over here to finance.
All right, so finance, as everybody knows, we have the Excellence Awards. The old deadline for submittals was April 13th. We're now extending that. The reason for this is because we've had 0 submittals for 5 awards. So we'll be sending an email with all the information. Please spread it to your classes. They get a cash prize, well, cash, they get a gift card to the bookstore. Individuals, it's $500. Groups, it's $1,000. So there's a good reason to submit people for this. Please let the classes know, and hopefully we'll get some submittals. If nobody submitted for an award, nobody wins it. Continues and send funds, so that's fine, but look for that email, please let your classmates know, and the board is probably still going to say the 13th, extended for another week. So we've got 2 weeks.
All right. It's good straight in. All right, we'll move on to philanthropy.
All right, so we got a few events coming up. $5 per person.
All right, ledge.
Passing out the flyers, the final flyer.
They're so glittery.
I know. Dr. Davis is excited. So Stress Fest is April 16th to April 20th. On Tuesday, we are having the bagel bar in the morning. So I will send this link out. So we just need a couple more spots for volunteers, and it's real simple stuff, just like coming to help sign in. So just take your time and scroll through here. Whatever looks like you can do, just put your name down on whatever spot. But every day we have something different going on, and oh, here we go. So on Monday, we have the Students Advocating for Mental Health panel. There will be dinner provided there as well. So also just come out to a lot of these events. There's something different every day. There's a bagel bar we're having in the morning, sunset yoga. There will be yoga mats provided for that as well. And then Wednesday is really the biggest day. That's the resource fair. That's the day we need the most volunteers. So there's gonna be a lot of different resources there. Free food, free massages. We'll be having a stress ball making corner. There's even gonna be games, stress assessments, music. So also just come out as well. Let your friends and everyone know. I also will send the final flyer in an email. And then there's also the group on Facebook. Can I pull up Facebook on here?
I think so.
I don't know why I asked. I should be able to. I'll sign in. I have nothing inappropriate on here. I'll make this quick. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, talk amongst yourselves while I do this. Let's try this now. 81. Oh, that's why. Oh, that's my number too. If anyone wants to text me for more information, I'm available. Okay. Yes. Ask me for my location. Block. Never. Okay, here it is. On Facebook as well, all the information's on here. The flyer is on here as well. All the links to RSVP is also on here. Shout out to Student Senate as well.
If
Yes.
you search CU Anschutz Stress Fest, it will pop up.
CU. Oh yeah, it'll pop up. Ignore the Anschutz. It's misspelled. Facebook is working on that, but it will pop up. So get on the page, like the page. Like the page. The banner's right, so that keeps people kind of distracted that the name is wrong. Technical difficulties. All right, yeah, so it's on here. We even did a shout out to Senate. Hold on, where is it? Wait for it. Any moment now. Boom, right there. Look at that. Senate liked it. Oh, gosh. So like the page, share the event on Facebook, get the word out. I'm hoping it'll be great. And then post Stress Fest, I'll probably be back here trying to get money too, but we'll see. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a great question. So our yoga, Dr. Gretchen, she's actually an OBGYN. She's with Yoga for the People. She already does yoga here on campus. So a lot of the events for the Stress Fest already exist.
We weren't trying to make anything new, just highlight the resources that are here, because I noticed there was just this dissonance and discrepancy between students knowing what's here and what's actually here. Unfortunately, this is actually going to be like the last semester she does yoga here on campus. She's been doing it for 2 years now. So post Stress Fest, we'll probably be collaborating with Wellness Center or the Student Health Promotion to have their event be labeled. And the biggest thing with Stress Fest is this, Wellness Wednesday, like moving past one Wednesday every month, we'll hold a Wellness Wednesday event. So that could look like anything, free food, free massages, a panel, more yoga. Yikes. Yeah, so with Dr. Gretchen with Yoga for the People, she has, yeah, they normally do like liability waivers at the beginning of it. Yeah, and she's gonna have like a stack of it. So she's already with the Yoga for the People, so they're aware of those type of limitations. So you have to like really make sure all the boxes are checked before you hold something like that. Yeah, but if you like more information, I could definitely connect you with her if you, nursing students are trying to, yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's needed. But yes, it is on the Facebook page, and the flyer you're holding doesn't have the QR code, but the flyers that are posted have the QR code, so you can scan. It takes you straight to the RSVPs, and everything's right here on the Facebook page. Yeah. Okay. Any questions? Cool. Great. So I will be sending the link out. So please volunteer, help us out, or just come by. Thank you.
Thanks, Joseph. Yep. Yeah, brief on.
Okay, so we're discussing changing the bylaws to create the position that's we talked about, including so
I think that would increase traffic in that spot, because it's rotating.
Absolutely.
That's what I was gonna say. Cody had that great idea as well. With the rotating committee. He's gonna have a space to check all of these things. For that.
So
Sorry,
yes,
I don't know
it
about
is- but I think it's,
We're gonna have to,
So one of the ideas we were thinking of was having someone take on the leadership of this role, but it also transitions between each committee as well. And if that one person, that liaison, doesn't have to check the room, but if there's any malfunctions in anything, the person who found the malfunction, maybe in the printer, just responds back to this one person. And this one person will have the contact information to get it fixed. So that person wouldn't necessarily have a major role, but they would be the person to go to if anything broke. So that could also be the Senate liaison or whoever this person is. So that kind of can take care of that ambiguity of oh, I see the printer doesn't work, or you put a sign that says, if malfunctioning, here's who you call, and that could be that one person. So that, I don't think it needs to be an executive position, because they're not planning events, they're not running the committee, because it's going to be divided up. If that's a method you guys like, of course, the division between different committees. I think that role would be kind of more reduced. So it's really just a leadership position that you can put on your resume, not necessarily a paid position. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, I was going to add some confusion. My thought process with that is, if this person isn't being anyone who has charged to be present with the other committee, it would be the main person when it comes to. So I don't know how getting the person paid or not works.
And I mean, one of the things we could also do too is just designate any breakages to we'll have a list of, if something breaks, who does it go, who do we call? And that could be something that could be under the responsibility of, we can assign that to our Senate advisor, hey, this broke, or the Senate president or something like that can be hey, this broke. I'm just going to send an email to Dave Turnquist to get this fixed, or the Office of Information Technology to get this fixed. So it's not a huge responsibility.
what's working well. So
Talking to Brendan, and we have had those boxes. But I feel like you guys are ready. Good idea, but I feel like
Yeah.
Should we gauge what you think one person
You guys,
just in the
you guys can make a motion, or you can just do a. So like for one person. Okay, all those in favor? Okay. Wait, raise your hands high, because we're like, of a single person.
Oh, yeah, about that too. It's like a single person with.
Yeah.
conditions.
I feel like you could also have a person.
Okay, there we go.
We were talking about that people can report.
So we should go and then discuss that.
An executive position?
I don't think you said.
No, not.
I mean,
Yeah.
and then we can have a later discussion.
So the motion on the floor was a single person, right? And that was seconded. So it will, we haven't decided yet. There was nothing decided yet about executive position or not. So the motion that's on the floor right now is if you approve of amending or like adding a bylaw, creating this position for one person, and that like just creating this position for one person. So that's kind of what we're talking about right now. All right, all those in favor of creating this position for one person, please raise your hand. Raise it high. Just want to make sure we have. All right, all those opposed, I think it should be rotating. So.
I thought it was like one person, but then we're gonna table to talk about whether or not it's gonna be rotating or they would have a committee.
Right. Well, that one person can still. So this is really a discussion of whether or not you can have one person as this role, or if we're just going to rotate it individually, like by itself. So nobody leads it. It's just the committees themselves. So that one person can also rotate and do that rotation with the liaisons. However, this does not mean that it means that there's somebody is going to be defined as the lounge liaison. Yeah, exactly. All right, so it seemed like we had a majority vote for the position being approved for one person. We're going to table the discussion on whether this is an executive position or not. That being said, I think anything else from legislative? No? All right, we're going to move on. Before we do I hear a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? All right, the motion passes. And the minutes from the last meeting are approved. Yeah. So my only report, we are kind of close on time here, is that you guys are awesome. The ICSF Inclusivity Pledge is still going on. Tell your classmates if you haven't done it already. It's really we are rocking it. It's go to cu.edu/inclusive. Read the pledge. It's really a petition to the region saying we demand a welcoming and an accepting environment on our campus community. Anschutz is leading. We have the most signatures out of all 4 campuses, and we're punching way above our weight. I love it. That being said, treasurer's report.
So as of right now, last time I made mention that we hadn't received funding. Haven't received it technically, however, we are going to get paid. The amount's approximately $54,000. That will be coming through. However, a lot of the money is already earmarked to pay for things for future expenses. That will eventually be once the things are paid off.
Awesome. So we are short on time, so sorry guys, we'll postpone freeform until the next meeting. But if there's anything anybody wants to really get out there, I guess I'll open it up for a couple minutes. Anything anybody wants to like be like, hey, we should do this, or we, yeah. Great. And yeah.
If you haven't signed the roster, I can do so afterwards.
Awesome. OCSS, any new announcements?
We had a new person coming on. If let me know.
Yeah. So guys, about elections, the next meeting we are going to have is going to be our elections meeting. Therefore, we do ask that if you are running to prepare a quick 3 to 5 minute speech or presentation that will go up to kind of introduce your candidacy, why you think why you'll be a good fit for the role. Those types of things. Even if you are carrying over or running unopposed, we do encourage everyone to kind of go through this process just to give the Senate a little feedback. We do need a quorum to vote. I believe we're going to be using electronic balloting again. So we will send out emails with the ballots. And yeah, thank you to everyone for staying. I appreciate having you here. And we will talk more. We'll see you guys at the next meeting when we elect new representatives. So.
If you have any questions about what your 5-minute agreement should look like, go to the meeting that you're interested in to ask what they do. If you're unsure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do it, Jonathan. I believe in you. Come be.
I know.